Welcome to the Rare Wellness Podcast. The pressures of this modern life, society, and world often steer us to unhealthy lifestyles where wellness is a rare treasure hidden in a maze of daily challenges. In this podcast, we'll illuminate uncommon pathways to health and vitality, exploring cutting-edge ideas in regenerative, longevity, and performance medicine, all delivered in bite-sized segments of 5 minutes or less. I'm your host, Dr. Jamie Lewis, and today we're diving into the exciting topic of exosomes. Before we begin, this podcast is brought to you by Center for Regenerative and Performance Medicine, located in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. Visit us online at www.c4rpm.com. And a quick disclaimer, this podcast is for educational purposes only, not intended as medical advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional for any medical treatment or concerns. All right, exosomes have exploded into the regenerative medicine marketplace over the past few years. You see clinics advertising exosome injections as if they're the latest miracle cure. But the real story of exosomes is far more interesting, far more grounded in biology, and far more empowering, because the most powerful exosomes you can use are the ones your body makes. So today, we're going to dive in to breaking this down clearly. 1, what exactly are exosomes? 2, how they function inside your body and why autologous cells do the real work. And 3, why injecting exogenous exosomes or exosomes that are not made from your body doesn't make scientific sense. 4, what the FDA says about all of this. All right, let's start with number 1. What are exosomes? Exosomes are tiny vesicles or microscopic packets released by cells to communicate with other cells. Think of them like biological text messages. They carry instructions that help regulate inflammation, repair tissue, and coordinate how cells behave. But here's the key. Exosomes aren't cells. They can't regenerate tissue. They're simply messages, not the workers. And to understand that, let's use a simple analogy. Imagine your injury, be it joint damage, a tendon irritation, or chronic inflammation, is like having a house fire. When the fire breaks out, the first thing you do is call the fire department. In your body, platelets are the fire department. They rush to the site of injury and release anti-inflammatory meteors to put out the fire. But unlike medications like steroids and NSAIDs, which actually suppress platelet and stem cell function and impair healing, platelets don't just reduce inflammation, they release powerful growth factors. And these growth factors support a healing environment, and they activate stem cells. They begin shifting the tissue from danger to control and repair. Now that the fire is out, your house still is damaged that needs repaired. You need a general contractor, the professionals who coordinate all the specialized trades to rebuild and repair your structure. In your body, stem cells function like general contractors. Once activated by platelets, they help regulate the entire repair process, directing cells, modulating inflammation, and deciding what needs to be torn down, rebuilt, or reinforced. And how do they do that? Stem cells communicate using exosomes. Stem cells communicate with the surrounding tissue by releasing exosomes, these messenger packets that carry precise instructions to the specialized trades in your tissue, like plumbers and electricians and framers repairing your home. This is why some experts have proposed renaming mesenchymal stem cells as mesenchymal messenger cells, because their primary job is orchestrating repair, not transforming into every tissue type. Now, let's talk about using exosomes, in other words, exogenous exosomes that are outside of your body. Let's imagine trying to save money on your home rebuild by not hiring a general contractor. Instead, you intercept messages from some random contractor working on a completely different construction site across town. And then you use that messaging to direct the specialized trades working in your own home. It wouldn't work. It would simply be random noise. Those instructions weren't written for your damage, they weren't based on your blueprint, and they weren't responding to your fire. That's exactly what happens when clinics inject exogenous donor-derived exosomes. They're disconnected from your injury environment. They don't know what your tissue needs. They weren't created by your cells in response to your problem, and there's no evidence that they survive the processing, freezing, shipping, and injection in any meaningful way. In short, your body needs the contractor and the trades, not random text messages from someone else's job site. In exogenous exosomes case, that's a petri dish. Now, real healing requires living cells. This is exactly why autologous regenerative medicine or high-dose platelet-rich plasma and bone marrow concentrate works. It activates your own fire department, your own contractors, your own healing and repair system that delivers everything you need to the right place at the right time. Now, let's discuss the FDA's position on this. The FDA has issued multiple consumer alerts and warning letters on exosome products. According to their official consumer alert on regenerative medicine products, many exosome products being sold are illegal and unapproved. They have not been proven safe or effective for orthopedic conditions or anti-aging uses. Clinics offering them put patients at risk. No exosome products in the US have undergone the required drug approval pathway for treating orthopedic pain, injuries, chronic disease, or wellness. This is why responsible clinics, including ours, do not inject off-the-shelf exosomes. In conclusion, here's the bottom line. Exosomes are real, they are important, and they're essential for healing, but their power comes from your own regenerative system, your platelets, your stem cells, your biology responding to your injury in real time. Real healing comes from activating your body's living repair machinery, not importing disconnected messages from a petri dish. If you found value in today's episode or learned something new, please subscribe, leave a review, and share this podcast with a friend. Your support helps us to continue to provide free content to empower you on your journey to better health. Again, this is Dr. Jamie Lewis, reminding you that your body holds incredible potential to heal, thrive, and perform. Sometimes it just needs the right tools to unlock its full potential and help you live your best life now. We'll see you next time.